Hey, what's slicing, everybody? Chris back with CAC Knives here with another knife review slash showing of kind of a custom build that I did myself here. With some special finishes to this knife that are not like the original. This is a knife that, kind of like my rat, is pretty well known on the internet, but I guarantee nobody on the internet has this configuration. I have a lot of red carbon fiber, but I don't have any blue carbon fiber, and I found a different kind of carbon fiber from Knivesplus. They do a lot of custom Para 2 and Para 3 knives, which this being the Para 2, the larger one. And this is their blue Swirl carbon fiber, which does look different than fat carbon. I do not have any camo carbon, so I cannot say if it's different than camo carbon or not, but I can say that it's different than fat carbon. Within the next month or so, I'll probably do a video on just going over carbon fiber and all the different kinds. There are a lot of different kinds now, but as you can see, there is a lot of dark in person it's just a dark blue showing, but on camera, you know, when it hits the lights in certain ways, it can show some kind of brighter blues, but it's mostly dark blue, which is what I wanted. You know, you want to be able to see that blue mixed in with the carbon fiber. Later in the video, I'll kind of turn the light around and show it to you in some different lightings. I also, as you can see, have upgraded the pocket clip to a very nice but very, very pricey Black Timascus clip. This clip alone costs as much as, if not more than, a lot of my knives. But zirconium is expensive, and this was custom made at a shop here in the USA by APruvis, if I'm saying that right. He's made a few knife models, but he mostly does custom clips, and he buys from Alpha Knife Supply. In the future, I will also do a Timascus video going over all of the different kinds of Timascus that are out there. The clip is very good. Here, the click there. So it's a little tighter than a lot of my other clips, but I can get it out and I can click it, and trust me, it's not going anywhere. It's a very beefy clip. This thing is, it's a tank compared to the clip that came with the knife originally. A lot of people know Spyderco's normal clips aren't, they aren't exactly the best out there. They're stainless clips. Now, just to do a quick little zirconium comparison, because that's essentially what Black Timascus is, just a different name. You can see, I'll have to shine that back up later at the end of the video. This one's hasn't had my hands touch it. You can see the huge difference just getting your hand oils on the clip can do, because this clip looked as shiny as this one before I did the video just a minute ago, and my hands have touched it, and now it doesn't look near as shiny, and the light angle also can matter, but I think it's just because my hands touched it. Yeah, you'd be surprised just what a little bit of, yeah, look at that camera angle just changing the colors. But that's the beauty of Timascus, right? I figured a zirconium clip would look really nice on this knife, and I mean, it does. The bright blue really pops. The kind of orange that's coming out kind of looks a little more redder on camera, but it's orange and blue and black is really what the Black Timascus clip there comes out, and that matches with the blue and black of the scales. Now, I'll note that is on there. Price Windex that got to the other side. Now, mine came, yeah, see that? The lock bar on mine, can somebody in the comments let me know if they've had this happen to them? I have some KPL coming to try to lube this up, but my lock is pretty stiff, and these knives are generally very smooth. So you still drop shut, but once that lock kind of, yeah, as you can see, sometimes it allows me to do a spiny flick, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's smooth as butter, and sometimes it doesn't. Here on camera, it's not going to be smooth as butter even one time. Yeah, it's just gonna keep being like that. But it's because my lock is stiff. It's got kind of, I guess, what you'd want to call a lock stick. You know, oh, it would have let me do it that time. It's so much harder to do. Yeah, there, it did it. So that's the spider flick. For those of you who don't know, that originated from Spyderco knives because of knives like this that allow you to essentially take one of your back fingers. I generally use my, middle finger, and, you can get them in that hole however you see fit, and you can flick it out. But as you can see, mine's fairly stiff, and a lot of other people that I've seen have this problem. Just get some KPL, can flick it out with my thumb just fine. But that stiffness, yeah, there we go. It works about half the time it doesn't, which is going to drive me crazy. So I'm going to get it fixed. I've already checked the pivots on both sides. That is not it. The lock bar is definitely the issue. I mean, you can kind of, I don't know if you can even hear it on the camera. You hear how stiff it is? Like, probably the stiffest I've ever had out of a Para 2 or Para 3 that I've ever held or owned. So I definitely want to get that fixed. If somebody could let me know in the comments, maybe something besides KPL I could do if they've had the issue, then let me know. But anyways, on with the knife here. We have a very big knife. The Para 2s are not small by any means. To put that in retrospect, here's the Rat 2 that I showed a little while ago. It's not that small. By the way, if you want to see a full showing of my custom Rat 2, it's on the channel. Just go to the channel and search it. There's the Dimco 8020. As you can see, the Rat 2 and the Dimco. Dimco is a little bigger, but they're about the same size, but the Rat 2 is definitely in a different size category. I recently picked up an Elemental, which will be being reviewed on the channel. So I got the gold shred Elemental, being the different person that I am. And then the QSP Penguin and Mokutai. Figured got to bring that pretty Mokutai out in this video, considering we have that Zircotai clip paramilitary. And as you can see all those knives are kind of, I don't know what you would call general EDC sized. They kind of fall in that more neutral range. The Para 2 is a little bigger. The Para 3 falls in that kind of more average range as well. The Para 2 is more on line with my Arcane Design crawler. These, they're very similar in length and size. And after you add the clip and the scales on there, there's not a huge price difference in them either anymore at this point. And they both kind of got a black and blue color scheme on it. I know my Para 2 has a little bit of orange thrown in there with the clip, but kind of both got the same theme going on there. Now, just to give you a little showing or preview of one of my how to clean your knives tricks. So I'm going to clean these, and I'm going to show you the difference. The Arcane Design knife hasn't got touched that much. Now, this here, this Mokutai, you barely touch it. You get your, look at, see my fingerprints? How they get all over. Same with all of these. You get your fingerprints on them, and it just smears those collars right on out of there. Even the Arcane Design knife, you can see it kind of lost some of its blue. Funny enough, the trick is just take a little Windex and get some Windex on there and they'll shine right up. Yeah, look at that. That's all it takes. It's a little bit of Windex. Oh yeah, see how that orange just popped out? Just like that. Just like that. And all them colors instantly pop back out. See how much shinier it is now? Yeah. And that's kind of crazy to me. Let me try not to touch them here. It's crazy to me how that's literally all that it takes is a little bit of Windex, and those colors will look brand new. Now you can really see that orange. See that orange coming out there, and I'll go ahead and turn the light around. Usually if I turn the light around, you can see Zircuti and Mokuti and Timascus and all that. You can see them better. Let me turn the light around and then turn the brightness up. Yeah, look at that. Oof. Whew. But the carbon fiber color, of course, goes away. You know, it's not as noticeable. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the clip here so I can really show you guys how Zircuti looks. It is a very gorgeous material. Zirconium is not cheap. Zirconium is very expensive. And see if it'll zoom in on the side there. Oh, there, did it. Oh, just for a minute, of course. Just wanting to stay focused on the background there. And not zoom in on... if we get the... oh yeah, there it goes. Needed that... needed my rag there. But you can see even the pattern goes into the side of the clip. You can see the lines there. That's how you know you're dealing with the real deal. But it is very gorgeous. He did a very nice job. But that is a neat trick if you guys didn't know that. And you could clearly see on camera how bright it made these collars shine just by using Windex like that. Highly recommend his clips. I'll probably have him make one for my Dimco in the future. Obviously that blue and orange color scheme would look amazing on my Dimco. It'll be more just orange and black, but you know, it will look amazing on that. Now, the Para 2, the reason I haven't really talked about specs and stuff that much or how the knife is, there's a lot of videos out there already on this. It is made in Golden, Colorado, in America, on planet Earth, as they like to put on their knives. This version is an S45vn, which is the pretty much the upgraded version, and just like all Spyderco knives, it did come very sharp, has a very clean edge, very nice edge, and I can't really sway or go against the factory for the action. I don't know if that, I mean, it dropped shut, and sometimes, yeah, see, it would have done it that time if I wasn't on camera. Sometimes it dropped shut real nice, but other times the lockup just gets stuck, and I think I'll be able to fix that. I think I've already found one way around it. If I push the lock in once, it flies out every time. So maybe it's just a simple fact of me not pushing the lock in all the way when I close it. Oh yeah, that may be the problem. And if that is the problem, and other guys have had, other people, oh yeah, see, now there it did it, but let me push the lock. Oh. Well, maybe not. Maybe that isn't a solve. But anyways, the knife itself, it actually is a very good knife. Normal Para 2s, if you want just a basic Para 2 with G10 scales, G10 are the scales that are on my wrap. This is G10. If you want a normal Para 2 with just G10 scales, they come in a few color schemes, but yeah, you can see I've touched it now and took the shine away. But if you want a normal Para 2 with G10 scales, and maybe down the blade steel a little bit, because I don't know if S45vn is what's coming on all of them. I know they used to come in S45vn, which is the kind of lesser version now. It used to be the king, but now it's kind of the lesser version, though that is what my Penguin's in. Still very good steel, don't get me wrong. S45vn is just a tad bit better. You know, the number is higher, so. But if you want just the basic version, I think these run about 180 now, which is crazy. They used to be 160. Thank you, inflation. But they're about 180 now with just the scale add-on. So it came with the knife. The scales came with the knife, and I still have my G10 scales. They were the Digi Camo ones. But with the upgrade from the scales from Knivesplus, it brought the knife up to 250. So about, I don't know, $60 to $70 to upgrade the scales, which is pretty typical for, you know, fat carbon, or in this case, carbon fiber swirl scales. And then these clips, they run about 160 bucks, which I'm gonna be like, just for a pocket clip, you're crazy. I'm a collector. You know, I don't tell you how to spend your money. You don't tell me how to spend my money. Not to mention, a lot of knife collectors can usually generally get close to their money back. You know, if you spend your money on, you know, let's say you spend your money on something that you consume, or you smoke, or you drink. I'm not saying any of those things are bad. You like I said, you choose to spend your money the way that you do. But a lot of my kind of spending money outside of like eating out, it goes into my knives. And the cool thing about that is, if I don't like one of my knives, I can sell it and get most of my money back and buy something else. That's one of the cool things about knives. Would I recommend the Para 2? Absolutely. Para 3 and Para 2 are some of my favorite knife models in existence. They're amazing. They're a staple in the knife community. Absolute staple. One of the best ways to open knives has came from them, and a lot of knife makers have enforced their knives to be able to backhand flick it now, i.e. Arcane Design, QSP, you know, and I know thumb studs have always been a thing, but companies specifically make sure you can do that backhand flick with their knives now, because so many people enjoy it so much, that it's just became, you know, it's became a staple in the knife world to be able to backhand flip a knife. And I know button locks are something that's kind of going strong right now, but I would rather backflip my knife than use a button lock. But that's just my personal opinion. You're gonna see my fingerprints be on the knife now and be able to tell the difference. Well, not too bad that time. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. If you guys could do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, I'll always have a lot of cool things to show you. As you can see just from this video alone, my collection is very unique, and I have a lot of very cool stuff in it. I got a lot of cool things planned for the next month, a lot of cool different kind of videos, not just knife reviews, that I'll be doing. Hopefully now that my 1-year anniversary is out of the way and daughter's birthday is out of the way, I'll be able to kind of consistently make some videos more often now. At least until about the week of April. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day.